Today we're talking about druids. Let's go. Alright, welcome. Today we are talking about the druid. The druids channel the elemental forces of nature and share a deep kinship with the animals. Mastery of wild shapes allows them to transform into the beasts from all over the realm. Alright, we're just looking at the druid class right now, and you can see their cantrips are Shillelagh, imbue your staff or club with nature's power or become magical, deals 1d8 plus 3 bludgeoning spellcaster ability for attack rolls. And the Thorn Whip. Alright, we're going to try this Thorn Whip, 1d6 damage. Target can't be pulled if it's huge in size. Strike the creature with a thorny vine-like whip and pull it 3 meters closer to you. Here we go. There we go. They do start off with 3 level 1 spells. You want to see any one of these up close and personal, just pause the video for a second and you'll be able to read all about it while I'm scrolling through. Alright, that is their level 1 spells. They do start with 3 of those. Wisdom saving throw, intelligence saving throw, light armor, medium armor, shield proficiency, club proficiency, dagger proficiency, javelin, mace proficiency, quarterstaff, scimitar, sickle, and spear proficiency. We're going to look at the races here real quick. And before we talk about races, we're going to look at their abilities real quick. Their main skill, or their main ability, would be wisdom. I believe their next ability would be a dexterity, and then it would be strength and constitution, depending on what kind of druid you're going to play. Maybe you're going to be a fighting druid, but I think wisdom, dexterity would be your 2 main skills, wisdom being number 1, dexterity being number 2, maybe constitution being number 3. The high elf race would get the 2+2 dexterity and +1 intelligence, would be an okay druid. Wood elf would be a 2 dexterity and 1 wisdom, would probably make one of the better druid classes. Tiefling come with 1 intelligence, 1 charisma. Not really a great druid on either of the tiefling sub-races. Drow, dexterity and charisma, would not make a bad one, but not as good as a wood elf. Human are overall okay, so they get a +1 to everything, so they would make a fairly above average druid. Githyanki, intelligence and strength is their skills, so not really suited for the druid role. Dwarf, maybe the gold dwarf, because they do have a +1 to wisdom, +2 to constitution. Shield dwarf is +2 to strength, constitution. Would be better to be a gold dwarf. The half elf, of course, because they're half human, half elf, you can adjust the ability improvements down here. So if you wanted some in wisdom and dexterity, you could, and then you'd still have the +2 to charisma, and it would be the same for the wood half elf. Halflings are charisma and dexterity, constitution and dexterity, so not a great druid. And then the gnomes, of course, are the spellcasters, so they have the intelligence and dexterity to both of their sub-races. So we want to talk about origin before we go too far. Origin really needs to be whatever you'd like it to be, but I chose the folk hero. Gives me animal handling proficiency and a survival proficiency. In the skills area, you can see animal handling's already inherited from the background, so we can pick insight and nature, or we could even pick arcana. But even as a wood elf, which perception is granted from my race, I could pick religion or medicine. Probably medicine would be better than nature, because that's an intelligence skill. This is a wisdom skill. Insight is a wisdom skill. And finally, abilities. Wisdom is our number 1, so we need that as high as possible, remembering that 15 is our maximum in character creation. We can only enhance this through race. So we need wisdom, dexterity, and constitution. And let's go. We'll turn into the new deep Roth. Let's see what a deep Roth is. Looks like a goat, a billy goat. Guess it's got that ramming charge. I think the only one I haven't turned into was a cat. turn into a little kitty cat. Attract the attention of nearby creatures to draw them closer and make them pet you. This time I think we're going to turn into the wolf. Oh, it's a big wolf. And she gains the exposing bite and incite howl. We will start with the spider. She has this web ability. Another one of her wild shapes, which is the badger. And there's the badger. She gets with that is claws and the ability to burrow. All right, so we're looking at Druid, level 1 to level 2. Here we get to pick our subclass. We also gained a level 1 spell slot. We can go Circle of the Land subclass. Subclass features a wild shape. New, we can get these new shape. Magically assume the shape of a beast. Take the shape of a giant badger that can burrow into the ground. Take the shape of a giant spider that can enweb enemies. Take the shape of a dire wolf that can incite allies and imperil enemies. Take the shape of a cat that can avoid attention and meow to distract enemies. We also gain natural recovery. You can replenish expended spell slots while out of combat. We gain a new cantrip of guidance. We do gain one additional spell slot. All right, the subclass of Circle of the Moon. Subclass features combat wild shape. We gain lunar mend, expel spell slots to regain hit points while in wild shape. We also gain the bear shape. Take the shape of a polar bear that can goad enemies into attacking it. And of course, we get our spells. We don't get a new cantrip in this one. All right, we're looking at a druid level 2 to level 3. Of course, our hit points went up. We're 24 now. We gained an additional level 1 spell slot and a level 2 spell slot. There's our level 2 spells that we have here. Bark Skin, Dark Vision, Enhanced Ability, Flame Blade, Flaming Sphere, Heat Metal, Hold Person, Lesser Restoration, Moonbeam, Pass Without Trace, Protection from Poison, and Spike Growth. Circle of the Land has gone from level 2 to level 3. Your mystical connection to the land manifests with the ability to cast certain spells. You gain 2 spells that are always prepared. I guess each one of these Circle of the Lands you get 2 spells out of that will always be there and available for you. And of course, these spells are manifested here. I think we're going to take Arctic, Hold Person. All right, let's go. This is level 3 to level 4 for a druid. Let's see, our hit points are up to 31. Class features, we gained another level 2 spell slot unlocked. Circle of the Land has gone from 3 to 4. New subclass feature, we gain Deep Row. Take the shape of a deep row, the cast of dancing lights, and charges its enemies. And at level 4, it looks like we get to add a couple more ability points between Constitution and Wisdom. Wisdom being the major one. And that's it for level 4 Druid. Are you going to play a Druid in Baldur's Gate? Let me know down in the comments. Have a wonderful day.